Speaking of stock, the Sixers clearly need to sell. It's probably low, but sell nonetheless. I already told you this. Sell on Ben Simmons. And if you didn't believe it before, you certainly believed it last night after what he did and after what Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid said afterward.
You think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. So I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know how to say it, but I thought the turning point was just, we had an open shot, and we made one free throw, and we missed the other, and then they came down and scored, and we didn't get a good possession on the other end, and Trey came back and he made a three, and then from there, down 4.
Mike, one of the reasons you have recognized Doc Rivers as our 44th and a half president is the man has a way with words. Hell, he worked in media for a time.
Yeah.
Okay? There is nobody better in front of a microphone than Glenn Doc Rivers. So even in the moment, even on the spot, he knows how to answer every question. He's heard every question. Before it's been asked, he knows how to answer a question. And if there will be any doubt that Ben Simmons has a future in Philadelphia, it was put to rest that he has no future in Philadelphia when his head coach said, I don't know the answer to that. There's a million ways that he could have answered that other than that. And I don't blame him for answering it that way because that was honest. Because how can you think that you have a championship point guard when that point guard scores 5 points on 4 shots in Game 7 at home? And infamously, for all the great plays that Ben Simmons has had throughout his career, the one that he will be remembered for in Philadelphia is the most unnecessary pass I've ever seen. Wow. I've never seen somebody pass 7 feet out from under the basket the way he did to Thibault last night. Everybody's seen it by now, and that's the play that Embiid's talking about. Wide open layup, if not dunk if you're 6'10", after a great post move, only to kick it out for Thibault to get fouled and make 1 or 2. I've never seen that before. Oh, wait, except earlier in the game. He had a drive down the lane where he handed it off to George Hill.
Wow.
Well, I think Hill might have made an acrobatic shot so nobody remembers it. But, bruh, he's done. And I'm not saying he can never come back from this, but in general, but he can't come back from this in Philadelphia, Michael Holley.
Yeah.
He can't come back from this in Philadelphia.
First of all, I'm going to surprise you. I was wrong about this team. I was wrong. I messed up going all in. I lost all my money. Back to the stock analogy. I lost all my money on Philadelphia, and I should have known better. You were right last week. You were talking about Philly. I said Atlanta is not better than Philly. Philly is a better team. Philly's not the better team, clearly. Atlanta was better probably throughout the series. Even though Philadelphia had those big leads, it didn't matter. Look, this team, and there's not really any missed opportunity. There wasn't a missed opportunity in Philadelphia. I know Joel Embiid was saying, I felt like this was the year. He was wrong, and I was wrong, and everybody else was wrong to think that this was the year for Philly because we ignored something that was there all along. That's why I call Ben Simmons Philly's new old villain. Now, Doc Rivers, you point out, he knows what to say when he's in front of a microphone, but this is the same Doc Rivers who was scolding people, who was lecturing people who questioned Ben Simmons in the regular season. He said, what do you want me to do with Ben? I don't know if you remember this. He said, what do you want me to do with Ben? Sit him down? And if I sit him down, if you tell me I should sit him down, thank you. Because that tells me you don't know basketball. He went there. The old trope of, hey, if you disagree with me, then you don't know what you're talking about. But people did know what they were talking about. And this is only a matter of time. Now, look, I know 34% is dramatic from the free throw line, and that's like 20 below what his, like 27 below what his career number is at the line. Still, We had a guy, Mike, who would not take a three-point shot for the first 2 years of his career. He didn't attempt any shots. We had a guy beyond the free throws in the series who in 5 of those 7 games did not take a shot in the fourth quarter. In a series, that's incredible. He scored 5 points in game 7 on 4 shots. So that eventually is going to come back to bite you. So you can't keep pushing back against people. Anytime somebody questions Ben Simmons and his shooting and is his perimeter game enough for you? Doesn't he have to work on this more? You can't keep pushing back. Eventually it's going to come back to bite you. And it didn't get him in Washington because Washington's an inferior team to Philadelphia. But against a better team, yes, a better team in Atlanta, they were able to
Well, that's all I want to hear.
expose Ben Simmons to the point where you're right. He can't go back there. He wants to go back. He's gone. Run out of town. He's going to be 25 years old soon. Run out of town at 25. And I don't know what's going to happen with him. Mike, are we talking about a shrink? Are we talking about somebody saying, no, I'm talking about like this. He said, I got to get my mental right.
Oh, so like a sports psychologist?
It's really hard. I don't even know. I don't know how to help him. Most people have a selfish gene in them. Like, does he need to be more selfish? Does he just need to unlearn his basketball instincts, his default mode, and just like throw up some shots, man? You're 6'10".
There's a lot of people
just go inside, shoot it.
There's a lot of people that think he shoots with the wrong hand to begin with. But no, listen. In terms of the series, Michael, I'm gonna practice what I'm preaching. I'm not here to tell you how wrong you were. This was Game 7, and it went down to the wire. You know what I mean? So it's not like there was just some, huge gulf between these two teams. All right, let's just go. I mean, that's why I was just as much as I was saying last week that the Game 5 collapse. I didn't put 20-25% of it on Doc. I put the rest of it on Simmons. Likewise, I'm not here today to talk to you about Doc losing a Game 7 or about, oh, you were so wrong. This is about somebody that it's inexplicable, Michael. Like, he can't shoot. Well, no, that means, oh, well, he's not good at shooting. Or he shouldn't shoot because his percentage isn't high. No, he physically can't bring himself to shoot. I don't remember seeing anything like this in my lifetime, where somebody so gifted is so afraid of honing his skills or using it. I mean, he can still score. You can score without shooting. Okay, he's a double-digit scorer. He's a high-teen scorer. Okay, it's just inexcusable and inexplicable how somebody upon whom a franchise is supposed to rely like this just can't bring himself to shoot and to make an extra pass.
Why not though?
And when
Why
not
not?
only
Think about
and not
that.
only Doc Rivers.
Why not?
Listen, if any of us knew, we'd have solved it, right? But not just Doc Rivers. When Embiid is like, I don't know how to say this, but that was the game right there. That sequence. So he has no
that's
future
unfair.
there. Meanwhile,
I think that
Embiid
comment
to
from
say that?
Embiid is unfair. That was it. Yeah, for anybody to say that, I don't think that was the game. That wasn't the game. Like, okay, look, Mike, is it fair to say this?
no, not.
If you're gonna
it
say-
can't be reduced to the turning point, as he's put it. It was the turning point. You don't think that was the
I
turning point?
know. He said the turning point. Well, if you're going to make that the turning point of the game, then I think it's only right for you to go back and say, what's the turning point of the series? The turning point of the series, if you're going to say it's that, well, you probably got to include a lot more. You got to say the turning point of the series is when you got to go to Troy Maxey or somebody else, because your point guard, your guy who's about to step into a $140 million extension, could not be on the floor at critical points of the game, or because Nate McMillan, who should be the head coach, by the way, of the Atlanta
Oh, my
Hawks, like right now, today, just put out that press release. Hey, he's the head coach of the Hawks, and we've agreed to a 3-year contract right now. Yeah. But he could take advantage of that by saying, okay, Ben Simmons, we ain't got to worry about him. It wasn't there. That wasn't the turning point of the game.
No, it wasn't the turning
like
point
the
of the
whole-
series, but of this game. And you
I'm not
mentioned
sure that was
Tyrese
it
Maxey. I mean, You mentioned well, it was a sequence, not just that one play, but the entire sequence. But you mentioned Tyrese Maxey. I think they can move Simmons and
My bad, I
replace.
called him
Listen,
Troy. My
he's
bad.
a really, really good defensive. He's a really, really good defensive player. He's a really, really good defensive player. Defensive player of the year, runner-up, I believe. Okay, he's an all-star. All right, really good passer. They clearly showed that they can compete and probably win without him, with the pieces they have, and if they move him, be more of a collection of shooters and feisty players like your Thibaults, like your Maxey, whatever, what have you, your role player around Embiid. Just build it around Embiid as opposed to trying to have this dynamic duo. Okay, as we wrap up this abbreviated version, Michael. All right, your Bucks versus the Hawks, the conference final. We all predicted. Because I'm glad you gave the Hawks props. I really am. You're on a roll. I think I know how you see this series, so I'll just ask you how many games.
Nope.
Or are you? Wait. Are you not with the Bucks now? Were you just with the? Wait. Hold on. Back up. Are you not on the Bucks bandwagon? You just were on them against Brooklyn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that what-
Absolutely. Look. The
Okay.
pressure
Your work here is
off.
done. Is what you're saying.
Pressure's
My
off.
work
I'm
here
so
is
good.
done.
I am so happy. I'm going to enjoy the NBA playoffs, the Final Four. I love it. I don't care who wins. I'm happy for all of y'all. Atlanta, go ahead, stand up. Atlanta, Milwaukee, thank you, Wisconsin. I mean, Clippers, Suns, I don't care. I just got those chumps out of the playoffs. They're gone. I don't have to listen to you anymore talking about them.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't paying attention.
my God.
I'm no longer following
That's so
Easy Money Sniper on Instagram or Twitter. Kyrie, hey, congratulations on the birth of your child. Congratulations, Kyrie. Good for you.
I thought
Hard.
at least-
Get well soon, brother.
At the
Get
risk-
well soon.
At the risk of going around in circles, we're already over time. Okay, we're just incapable of sticking to time.
Yep.
At the risk of going around in circles, just setting aside our pettiness for a second.
Yeah.
Like I said to you earlier, my rooting interest in that series, it was not rooted in hatred. It was rooted in wanting to
Hatred's
see
strong.
you give the Nets their respect.
Hatred's strong.
That's why I'm at peace with the Bucks winning. Again, at the risk of repeating myself, I'm relieved. That's the word I needed. I'm relieved that the Bucks won because I didn't want the postmortem.
Me too.
I didn't want to see. I'm really relieved that the Bucks won because I look at life like which result can I live with, some men just want to watch the world burn. I'm not one of them. I am not an agent of chaos. I did not want to see the Bucks have to step back and say, "Oh, trading for Drew Holiday was a mistake," or "Should Giannis have stayed after all?" Or "Is Giannis unhappy now?" And "Who's the next?" I didn't want to see him underachieve again. I don't believe that the Nets underachieved. Underachieving is what makes for a long offseason. All things considered, the Nets did not underachieve, whereas the Bucks, they moved on beyond where they did last year, which is what they really needed. So I just don't understand why you can't give the Nets some.
Okay.
You can't bring yourself before we go. I'm gonna stop talking and we're done because somebody gotta stop talking, or else we're gonna be here all day. We're gonna end up doing the show.
That's not true.
It'll be 3 o'clock before we know it.
That's right.
If we don't stop, we're gonna be here till 3 o'clock. You can't give them just an ounce of respect after what you saw them pull off. Game 7, classic
listen.
Game 7, overtime.
As Michael Smith would say. To quote my friend Michael Smith, he says, "We're arguing nuance." So we're arguing nuance. That's what Michael Smith says. So you said they did not underachieve. Okay, I'll give you that. Underachievement is strong. But can I say they didn't meet the standard? They didn't meet the standard that they set out for themselves. So a lot of people say that would be underachieving, but I understand what you're saying. Underachievement sounds harsh. They didn't meet the standard. Yes. Their standard, the reason their general manager did what he did is because he wanted to win a championship. This is a championship, and the window just got shorter. So let's say it's a 3-year window. It really is a 2-year window now, because they can all bounce in 2 years, or they can sign contract extensions. All of them can sign contract extensions, which will put them in a position of being around too long. Like you don't want them to leave too early, but you don't want them to be around too long. A bunch of old guys with bad contracts. So I really think, Mike, I think they're in a bad way. I really do. And see, that's why I feel like it was a risk. It was very risky that needed to result in a championship to kind of justify all those chips being pushed in. I'll say the last thing I'll say. I'll stop on this and I'll give it to you. You do whatever you want with it. I'll stop on this. The beauty of LeBron James's decision to go to Miami, the beauty of it was LeBron was 25. LeBron was 25, Bosh probably around the same age because he was like one and done at Tech. So let's say he was 26, and let's say Wade was 27. You had 3 guys in their prime who were going to be together for 4 years, at least. So, hey, they didn't meet their standard in year 1. They lose in the finals. They go to 4 straight finals, and they win 2 championships. Here, you've got some guys in their 30s who are all injury prone. Well, no, I shouldn't say all. 2 of the 3 are injury prone lately. Kyrie, I think this is the third season out of the last 4 where he's ended injured. I think it's it. I think they missed a great opportunity, and I'm here to declare, I don't think they'll win a title. I think their brief moment is already passed. That was fun, but it's passed.
All right. Enjoy vacation. Who knows with Devin Booker and the Suns, or for that matter, Paul George or Terrence Mann will do over the rest of the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be fun. Who knows we're going to be talking about.
Can I bring this full circle?
By the time we get back.
Can I bring this full circle?
Please.
I'm rooting for you on vacation. Take some time. Relax. I'm rooting for you and the missus. I'm rooting for you, Mike.
I need a vacation to get this taste out of my mouth. This is the day I dreaded this day. I dreaded this day for months. I was like, please don't let the Nets come up short. Please don't let the Nets come up short. Oh my God.
It's all love, man.
I can't believe it.
I love you.
Why you couldn't do me this solid? Why you mad upstairs doesn't look out for you in this one?